Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm sharing with you 4 more crockpot recipes that you can use on those busy weeknights. So let's go on and jump right in. This very first meal is Hawaiian chicken. It's one of the freezer meals that I made in my last freezer meal prep video. I literally just emptied the contents of the freezer bag into the crock pot and let her cook, guys. I also did not have any crock pot liners this week. But I do suggest anytime that you're cooking using a crock pot to use liners because it does make cleanup that much easier. And I just served the finished product over a bed of rice and it was absolutely delicious. This next recipe is just a quick chili recipe. I know that it's springtime, but this particular day it rained outside and it turned really cold. So I said, oh my gosh, this is a good night for some chili. So really all you need to do is just brown your ground beef and season it with seasonings of your choice. I will list the seasonings that I use and combine it with your fresh vegetables. You can also use seasoning blend. I have fresh vegetables on hand that I needed to use, so I just used those, and then just dump all of your ingredients into your crock pot and allow it to cook. And the good thing about chili is you can eat it alone and top it with like sour cream and cheese, which is what I do, or you can make it into chili dogs, which is normally like what my kids like to have on the second day of chili, or you can even make a Frito chili pie. So this is one of those meals that can be used in so many different ways, and it's just so easy to make by just dumping everything in the crock pot and just allowing it to cook. So this next recipe is Italian pork chops. Guys, this was my first time making my pork chops like this in the crock pot. And all I did was I combined the seasonings that I wanted to use and I seasoned up my pork chops. I also ran out of the gloves that I like to use when I'm seasoning my meat. So that's why you see me turning it with a fork. But I just seasoned up my pork chops, and the thing that you're going to want to do with pork chops before you put them in the crock pot is you're going to want to brown them on the stove in a skillet so that when they cook, it just has a little bit more texture and color to it. So I'm just going to line this skillet with some olive oil, and I'm going to brown the pork chops. The goal is not for them to be completely done, but to just give it some color. And then when you add it in the crock pot with the rest of your ingredients, it will finish cooking there. So the recipe did call for chopped peppers, but I only had a bag of frozen peppers, so I just used those. Y'all, I'm really big on just using what you have at home. Like if you're just making it at the last minute one day and you realize you don't have all of the ingredients, just go through your pantry, go through your fridge, go through your freezer and see what you have and just make it work. So on this night, I just paired this with some mashed red potatoes and some sauteed broccoli. And this last recipe is like almost exactly like the Italian pork chops. It's Italian chicken and it's a crock pot meal. But you see me here browning my chicken thighs before putting them in the crock pot for that added texture. Now, of course, they're not going to get done. So the goal is not for them to be done in the skillet, but for them to cook with everything else in the crock pot. What I loved about this recipe is that everything was included. So it's a true crock pot meal. So you have all of your veggies and your protein, everything is right here in the crock pot. So here you just see me layering the ingredients. So you're gonna see me layer in here. This is some chopped cabbage. We're gonna have onions, we're gonna have some mushrooms, some zucchini, more stewed tomatoes. This recipe is just chock full of flavor and oh my gosh, just chock full of goodness. So if you don't try any other recipes, I highly recommend that you try this one because y'all, it was so good.
Didn't know the love was war. Then I saw you coming at me.
And I just served this over some jasmine rice. As you can see, you have your cabbage, you have your peppers, you have your zucchini, you have all your veggies and your chicken. And y'all, this one is one that you will not be disappointed in. Definitely give it a try.
No more origami on the floor, breaking stuff that's so sentimental. Push and pull is all we do.
Alright guys, that's it for today. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to let me know down in the comment section which recipes you think you may try, and I'll see you again next week. Alright, bye.
Without you, without